Today I am making Arnhemse Meisjes, centuries-old Dutch cookies that gained world fame thanks to Roald Dahl's revolting cookbook. The original recipe takes 2 days to make, but I'll be making the quicker and easier version that most bakers use without sacrificing flavor. Hi, I'm Toine and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to this channel, I focus on cooking foods from my home country, the Netherlands, and some of its former colonies such as Indonesia. Arnhemse Meisjes were invented in 1829 by a baker called Hagdoorn while he worked for Bakkerij Zalinge in Arnhem. The original recipe was a yeasted dough that rested overnight before being rolled in sugar and baked off. We have some friends coming over for coffee and I want to make a quick version of this, so I'll be using puff pastry. This is something that most bakers in the Netherlands do now. As a matter of fact, there is, I believe, only one baker left who still makes the Arnhemse Meisjes the original way. To make Arnhemse Meisjes, you will need 1 sheet of puff pastry and some sugar. Let's get started. This is puff pastry I bought at Trader Joe's during the holidays, and we stocked some in our freezer. So I'm going to just use the parchment paper that it comes with. I let this puff pastry sit overnight in my fridge to defrost. What I like about this rolling pin is that it has both inches and centimeters on it, so I can measure it. Let's take a look at how big this sheet of puff pastry is. It's about 12 inches on the long side and 9 inches on the short side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this in 3, so 4 inches. And I'm just going to fold it over like that. And then fold this one on top of that one. Lightly press it. All right, first step. Easy. I have a small round cookie cutter that is basically 3 centimeters, so just a little over an inch. And we're going to cut as many circles out of this dough as we can and try to waste as little because there's really not much you can do with what is left over. So if when you push them out of the cookie cutter, one of the layers kind of curls up like this, you can just push them together. I'm going to keep doing this until I have used up all of the dough. So the one bakkerij that has the rights to the original recipe is Bakkerij Hilvers in Arnhem. That is the one place where you can buy the original version. Like I said earlier, pretty much all the other bakers use puff pastry, probably not store-bought. I'm done cutting out the cookies. If you don't have a 9 by 12 inch puff pastry, but the sheets you buy are square, just stack 3 square sheets on top of each other. If your puff pastry is already pretty thick, like if you look at this, it's about, well, let's use the measuring thing. It is about 1 centimeter thick right now. So if the puff pastry you make or that you buy is already 1 centimeter thick, you don't have to layer multiple sheets together. I'm going to put the remnants of the puff pastry in a plastic baggie in the fridge and then we'll continue the recipe. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please click the like and subscribe button and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you want YouTube to notify you whenever we post a new video, click the bell. All right, here comes the fun part. We're going to roll out the Arnhemse Meisjes, but first I'm going to put sugar on my clean cutting board. Put the little circle in it, sprinkle some more sugar on top. And now I'm going to roll it out in one direction. You want this to become an oval that is about 8 centimeters. So just a little bit longer than this. So once you've rolled it out, put it on the cookie sheet that has parchment paper on it. And we move on to the next one. So when I said roll them out in one direction, you can go back and forth, but just roll it lengthwise because you want to make this oval shape. Just like that. I like to just make sure that the side you rolled has enough sugar on it, because as it stretches, some of that sugar falls off. The bottom doesn't have that because there's sugar all over the board. We're going to continue doing all 24 of these. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that rolling pastry is not my strong suit. If you are an experienced pastry roller, you can probably roll a few of these at the same time. But I just like to do one at a time. When I'm rolling these out, I like to flip the cookies over once, because as you can see, the outer edge has no sugar on it. So by flipping it over once, the entire surface of the cookie is covered in sugar, which will give you that nice crunchy outside. All right, I'm going to try to make 2 at once. We'll see how I do. Turn them over. All right. Not bad, not bad. All right, see if I can make it happen a second time. Last 2. These won't poof up a lot, and they definitely won't spread, so we don't have to have too much space in between each of the cookies. Since this is puff pastry, you want to make sure the butter has a chance to solidify again, because all this rolling does kind of warm them up. So I'm going to put them in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. We have about 10 minutes left of our 30-minute rest time, so I'm going to preheat my oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. The oven is done preheating, so now it's time to put the Arnhemse Meisjes in the oven. We're going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes until they're golden brown. Check about halfway through and rotate the cookie sheet if you're seeing one side getting darker than the other. It has been 18 minutes and the Arnhemse Meisjes are done. Don't leave them on the hot cookie sheet because they will continue heating up from the bottom and may burn the sugar. So we're going to just leave them on the parchment paper and let them cool before we try them. The Arnhemse Meisjes are done. You can see that I clearly have some hot spot in my oven because this one cookie has a little bit more caramelized sugar. So after 15 minutes, pay really close attention. It can go very quickly from nice golden brown to burnt. So let's eat one. Let's first see if we can hear how crispy they are, or the kind of the sugary coating on the outside. Eet Smakelijk. Very buttery, nice, sweet, crackly outside, great texture. These are just fantastic cookies. I'm sure our friends are going to absolutely love them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you have any questions about making Arnhemse Meisjes or memories of eating them when you were younger, please post them in the comments below. I'll post the written recipe on my website, toineskitchen.com, in both metric and imperial measurements, and you can find me on social media as well. If you make Arnhemse Meisjes, I would love it if you can take a photo, post it on Instagram with the hashtag Toineskitchen. I'll share it in my story and on my website. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.